Have you ever imagined a relative's wedding or your wedding day? A day filled with smiles, laughter, and overwhelming joy, right? But what if I told you there is a place on earth where the most important part of the wedding is not the smile? Let's travel to the southwestern part of China, to the mountainous regions of Sichuan, where the Tujua people live. Here is a tradition that is over 2,000 years old that turns our idea of a happy wedding completely upside down. This is the story of the Zuotang, or the crying marriage. For the Tujia people, a bride's tears are not a sign of sadness, but a profound expression of love, gratitude, and a heartfelt farewell to her family. This isn't just a few quiet sobs. It is an elaborate, ritualized performance of emotions that begins a full month before the wedding. Imagine this: every single night for 30 days, the bride-to-be must sit in the main hall of her home and cry for at least an hour. This solitary act of weeping is just the beginning of a beautiful emotional symphony. In the first 10 days, she cries alone. It's a time for her to reflect on her life, the love of her parents, and the childhood she's about to leave behind. She might sing traditional crying songs, her voice echoing with verses passed down through generations. These songs are incredibly personal, often recounting memories of growing up, the warmth of her mother's care, and the guidance of her father. It's a raw, honest expression of living one chapter of life to begin another. The tears are a tribute to the family that raised her. Then, about 20 days before the wedding, something magical happens. The bride is joined by her mother. Now, two voices fill the hall. Two generations of women sharing this intimate ritual. The mother cries with her daughter, not out of sorrow for her leaving, but out of joy for the woman she has become and the new life she will build. She imparts wisdom, love, and blessings through her tears and songs, creating a bond that transcends words. It's a mother's final lesson in love before her daughter starts her own family. Just 10 days before the wedding, the circle expands again. The grandmother joins in. Her tears are a river of history connecting the bride to her ancestors. She cries for the family's lineage, for the continuation of their traditions, and for the women who came before. Her voice, withered by time, adds a layer of deep ancestral wisdom to the nightly chorus. Now, 3 generations of women, grandmother, mother, and daughter, are united in this powerful display of familiar love. Finally, in the last few days, the bride's sisters, aunts, and close female friends join the crying ceremony. The hall transfers into a vibrant emotional gathering of women. Each one adds her voice to the collective song of farewell. They share stories, offer advice, and cry together, not in mourning, but in celebration of sisterhood and the bride's journey ahead. This chorus of women, all crying for and with the bride, creates an overwhelming sense of community and support. It's a beautiful, complex tapestry of shared emotion. Why is this so important? For the Tujia people, a bride who doesn't cry is seen as ungrateful and poorly raised. Her tears are considered the highest form of filial piety, They are a public declaration of deep love and reluctance to leave her family. In fact, a bride who masters the art of crying, who can sing the most moving songs and shed the most heartfelt tears, is highly praised and respected. It is seen as a sign of her intelligence and good character. On the wedding day itself, as she is carried away in a sedan chair, her crying reaches its peak, a final poignant goodbye to her old life. And her family and neighbors will listen, their hearts swelling with pride. Interestingly, this idea of ritualized crying at weddings isn't unique to the Tujia people. It shows us how different cultures find different ways to express universal human emotions. Let's look at other parts of the world. In some communities, Uganda for example, a bride is expected to look somber and even cry as she leaves her family's home. Smiling is seen as being disrespectful, as if she is happy to be leaving her parents. A serious demeanor is a sign of respect and acknowledges the gravity of leaving her family to join another. Similarly, in parts of Nigeria, among the Ijia people, there is a tradition where the bride is expected to cry and show reluctance to leave her home on her wedding day. Her family might even playfully hold her back, creating a dramatic scene that emphasizes her value to her family and the emotional weight of her departure. It's a performance that highlights her importance and the pain of her family in losing her. These traditions, from the month-long crying ritual in China and the somber farewells in Uganda and Nigeria, might seem strange to outsiders. But they are all beautiful, powerful expressions of the same things. Love for one's family, respect for one's roots, and the bittersweet nature of starting a new life. They remind us that while a wedding is a celebration of a new beginning, it is also a farewell to the life that came before. It's a complex mix of joy, nostalgia, and a little bit of sadness. The crying marriage of the Tujia people isn't about sorrow. It's about celebrating love in its most profound and honest form through the beauty of tears. Thank you so much for joining me on this journey. If you found this story as moving as I did, please like this video and subscribe to the channel for more incredible stories from around our world. See you next time. Thank you for watching. This video was for educational and cultural awareness only.